You could save 30% to 50% on fuel costs after watching this video. No need to buy an electric vehicle. No need to modify your engine. The answer lies in the way you drive. The truth is, most of the fuel you put into your car doesn't actually translate into mileage. Instead, it is wasted by habits that even experienced drivers rarely notice. Why can the Japanese keep their fuel tanks lasting longer, even when using almost identical cars? This video will deconstruct all the secrets of the Japanese eco-driving technique, so you can see exactly how much money you are losing every day, and more importantly, how to use your car most efficiently. According to AAA's gasoline price reports, as of April 2026, gasoline prices in the US were approaching $4.50 per gallon. In places like California, that number was much higher. Filling up a truck like the Ford F-150 can cost you over $150 in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, names like ExxonMobil and Chevron continue to report record net profits of over $28 to $30 billion. This is a public transfer of wealth based on consumers' lack of understanding regarding machinery operation. Trump will not pay you back for the money you've allotted due to the fuel crisis. So you need to know how to save your own wallet right now with these 14 fuel-saving secrets. The number 14 tip on this list is something most drivers in America do wrong every day: 300 meters of visibility. Most of you have an extremely dangerous habit, reacting passively to everything in front of your eyes. The car in front brakes, you brake. Traffic slows down, you slow down. Especially when you drive in dense urban areas with high-clearance vehicles like the Ford F-150 or Chevrolet Tahoe, they almost become mobile steel walls, completely blocking your view. The light turns red, and only then do you lift your foot off the gas. That is the fastest way for you to burn money through the exhaust. Because every time you have to brake hard due to a surprise, it's one time you throw away all the gas used to create that momentum previously. In Japan, the most basic skill in driver training is maintaining a view of at least 300 meters ahead, regardless of obstacles. Instead of looking at the body of the car in front, they look through its windshield, or more cleverly, look down at the gap under the car to catch the brake lights from 3 to 4 cars away. Traffic lights, vehicles, signs, they predict traffic situations that will occur and stay proactive in every situation. When they saw vehicles in the distance, they started to slow down but didn't brake. They lift their foot off the gas. The car drifts by its own inertia. No fuel wasted. This simple habit helps minimize frequent acceleration and braking cycles, and it alone can generate significant savings on daily driving. Number 13 is for busy people: the Zen lane strategy. In heavy traffic conditions, many drivers try to save time by constantly switching lanes. But do you know that weaving will consume more fuel? In fact, this increases fuel consumption. Even a single cut can consume up to 20% more fuel. To fill that gap, the control system will force the engine to inject an extra massive amount of fuel to create instant acceleration right before you have to hit the brakes again because you encounter a new obstacle. It is a mobile ATM. So switching lanes only helps you arrive 2 minutes earlier, but causes fuel consumption to skyrocket by an additional 15%. Number 12, draft physics. This time, the problem no longer lies in driving skills. It lies in the very things you carry in your car every day. Did you know? Just a roof rack can cause the car to consume more fuel. That's right. Especially with vehicles that frequently run on the highway, the biggest enemy now is no longer weight, but air resistance. At low speeds, whether the car is heavy or light is still the deciding factor. But when exceeding 70 to 80 kilometers per hour, everything changes completely. And things like car racks, a bicycle, or a cargo box are all causing you silent fuel consumption that you don't even think about. Please remove these accessories when not in use so that the vehicle can return to its optimal aerodynamic state, which is especially helpful in saving fuel, particularly on long journeys. Number 11, Fuel Cut DFCO. If you had to choose a single technique to help you save gas immediately, it would be Fuel Cut. But if you are still shifting to N to save, then please stop immediately, because this is the most misunderstood thing. The habit of shifting to neutral, N, is only suitable for very old car models, pre-2000, when engine control systems were still simple and could not optimize fuel consumption in real time. For modern cars from around 2005 onwards, When you hold the gear lever in D and completely release the accelerator pedal, the system recognizes that the wheels are turning and engages the engine. Immediately, the ECU will order a complete cut of fuel injection, not a reduction, but down to zero. You are still moving, but not costing a single drop of gas. So in what case is N used? The answer is only correct in 3 specific cases: when the vehicle needs to be towed, when entering an automatic car wash, or when the engine stalls and needs to be restarted while the vehicle is in motion. Additionally, always leave the gear selector in the D position when decelerating to optimize the fuel cutoff system and protect your wallet. Number 10, efficient acceleration. There is also an equally common myth that intentionally accelerating very slowly because you think that will save gas. In reality, it can actually make things worse. When you accelerate too slowly, the engine will stay longer in the inefficient range, working harder and burning more fuel than necessary. The Japanese teach a precise formula: take exactly 5 seconds to get the car to reach 20 kilometers per hour from a standstill. When the light turns green, accelerate decisively but smoothly. Not aggressively, but not sluggishly either. The goal is to reach cruising speed quickly, then relax the throttle and maintain momentum. In other words, short and efficient acceleration. The faster you get out of the engine's most inefficient phase, the better your overall fuel economy will be. Number 9, thermal efficiency. Most people think about efficiency by looking at the speedometer, but they overlook a factor where actual fuel consumption is determined by the working state inside the engine. Every engine has an efficiency core where it reaches maximum thermal efficiency, usually located at around 70 to 80% load, but at low RPM. And it is exactly in this zone that every drop of fuel is converted into motion most effectively. When you keep the RPM too high, the engine starts burning gas just to maintain their rotation speed instead of creating useful traction. If the RPM is too low when the vehicle is under heavy load, the engine will lag and be forced to inject extra fuel to avoid stalling. Both of these states lead to waste. The optimal way is to press the accelerator decisively enough for the car to quickly gain momentum and shift gears, but still keep the RPM below about 2,500 revolutions per minute, because the goal is not to accelerate the fastest, but to bring the engine into its most comfortable operating state. With automatic cars, a smooth throttle will help the gearbox upshift earlier, and as the gear gets higher, the RPM gets lower, meaning every kilometer you move will consume less fuel. Number 8, constant speed rule. What do you think a good driver is? It is the stability of the throttle, and this also helps you save a fortune. Every time you press the gas to accelerate, the system injects more fuel to create acceleration, but as soon as you hit the brakes, all that energy is immediately converted into useless heat in the braking system. If this cycle repeats dozens of times a day, then how is it different from a continuous money-burning machine? That is why people judge an experienced driver based on throttle stability, minimizing unnecessary small adjustments, thereby maintaining a continuous energy flow instead of constantly creating and then destroying it. When encountering a slight incline on the highway, they do not try to maintain the same speed at all costs, but accept letting the car slow down slightly and naturally, then take advantage of the flat road to recover momentum without consuming extra fuel. Especially cars equipped with cruise control will help maintain a smoother and more accurate speed than humans, especially on long journeys. Number 7, tire pressure plus 3 PSI, the Japanese standard. Do you know the true meaning of the tire pressure figure on the car door frame? Most drivers believe it is the optimal technical specification provided by the car manufacturer. But in reality, that number is chosen to prioritize a comfortable feeling during a test drive. Softer tires create a pleasant feeling, but simultaneously increase the contact area with the road surface. A larger contact area means higher rolling resistance during movement. The engine must produce more force to maintain the same speed. This leads to higher fuel consumption in real operating conditions. Many drivers do not realize that low tire pressure is a direct cause of gas guzzling. The solution is very simple and can be done immediately. Test reports from AAA, American Automobile Association, or the U.S. Department of Energy DOE website on rolling resistance indicate that if your tire pressure is 5 psi lower than the recommended pressure, you can increase rolling resistance by more than 10%. This directly leads to higher fuel costs and, for electric vehicles, reduced driving range per charge. It is recommended to increase tire pressure by approximately 3 to 5 pounds per square inch above the recommended level. This reduces rolling resistance without compromising safety, as long as it remains within design limits. Modern tires are manufactured to withstand much higher pressures than the basic specifications. Higher pressure results in lighter rolling and more responsive steering. Even a small adjustment can improve fuel efficiency by 3 to 5%. Regular tire pressure checks are one of the simplest yet most effective maintenance steps. Number 6. Engine warm-up sequence. Many people still have the habit of letting the engine idle for a few minutes before starting to move. This habit stems from the era of carburetors and older engines. But with modern engines using electronic fuel injection systems, letting the engine idle for a long time to warm up is no longer necessary. After starting, the oil pump system quickly delivers lubricating oil to critical parts within 20 to 30 seconds, ensuring the engine reaches its basic operating conditions. Letting the car idle for too long does not help the engine warm up effectively because there is no load acting on systems such as the gearbox, drive shaft, or bearings. On the contrary, when the car starts moving at low speed and light load, the entire drivetrain will be warmed up evenly and faster. Additionally, in the idling state, the engine still consumes fuel but does not produce useful work, reducing overall efficiency. The optimal process is start, wait about 30 seconds, start moving gently. Number 5, smart choice between air conditioning and opening windows. There was a Reddit post discussing how to save fuel when running the AC while the car is not moving. This is also one of the most common questions this summer. In daily driving, comfort usually boils down to 2 options: rolling the windows down or turning on the air conditioning. Many people believe that AC always burns more fuel, but technical facts will change your mind if you want to protect your wallet. At low speeds, when you are moving through the city, driving with the windows down is definitely more efficient. At this stage, air circulates naturally. The engine does not need to share power to operate the AC compressor, but everything reverses completely once you get on the highway. At speeds over 72 kilometers per hour, 45 miles per hour, open windows completely disrupt the airflow around the car. It creates aerodynamic turbulence and increases drag on the vehicle body. As a result, the engine has to work much harder to overcome that drag compared to running the AC compressor. In this scenario, using the AC with the windows closed is actually the more economical option. The rule is very simple: windows down in the city, AC on when driving on the highway. Regarding the fuel-saving issue when idling with the AC that the Reddit community is discussing, you need to understand a key technical detail. To optimize, always turn on recirculation mode so the system doesn't have to cool hot air from the outside. Specifically, pay attention to the airflow direction. Many car models will still silently run the AC compressor, even if you have turned the AC off, if the airflow is directed toward the windshield for defogging. This design helps remove moisture, but it also consumes fuel. If you only need the fan on while waiting, do not set the airflow to the windshield. Or sometimes just shielding the side windows better to reduce heat absorption and saturation is enough. Number 4, deep level air filter. Number 4 is the air filter, a small detail that directly affects the car's fuel consumption. A dirty air filter does not just obstruct the airflow into the engine. It also distorts the data sent to the mass airflow, MAF sensor. When the MAF sensor receives inaccurate signals due to dirt or restricted airflow, the control system misinterprets the engine's state. The ECU may believe the engine lacks air to burn fuel, and when that happens, the system will inject more gasoline to compensate. The result is increased fuel consumption, without you even realizing the cause. This doesn't happen suddenly, it happens silently over time. Therefore, instead of waiting until the car shows signs of decreased performance, you should check and replace the air filter periodically, approximately every 5,000 miles, depending on operating conditions. This is a low-cost detail, but it directly affects daily operating efficiency and fuel consumption. Number 3, using the right fuel. One of the things that marketing departments at oil corporations do far too well is misdirection regarding premium gasoline. It is expensive, but that does not mean it has more energy or makes the car more powerful. The truth is that the octane rating only represents the fuel's ability to resist pre-ignition, knocking. It is not a measure of energy density. High-performance engines with high compression ratios are the ones that need high-octane gasoline to operate stably. Meanwhile, the majority of mass-market cars in the United States are designed to operate optimally with regular gasoline. If your owner's manual clearly states your car uses regular gas, but you still fill up with premium, then you are spending extra money without receiving any benefit in performance or fuel economy. Technically savvy drivers always follow the manufacturer's recommendations. That is the simplest way to optimize operating costs. Number 2, gas cap and the EVAP system. How long has it been since you checked your gas cap? Most people never think about this detail, but in reality, this is an important checkpoint in preventing fuel loss. Modern car models in 2026 use the evaporative emission control, EVAP system, to prevent gasoline from evaporating into the environment. If the gas cap is loose, worn, or the rubber gasket is damaged, fuel vapors, which you have paid for, will silently escape. The cost for a new gas cap, OEM or high quality, is only about $15 to $30 US. But if not replaced in time, the losses will accumulate over time. It can also trigger the annoying check engine light. The fix is very simple. Always tighten the cap until you hear a click, and periodically check the condition of the rubber gasket. A small detail, but it directly affects fuel consumption and system stability. Number 1, the 1/4 tank rule, the pump life. The final rule is perhaps a habit that I think everyone has had at some point, not refueling until it hits the E mark. Maybe you forgot, you were busy, or it wasn't on your way. But before making it a habit, think about this. Inside the fuel tank, there is an electric fuel pump that operates continuously, and the very amount of gasoline surrounding it serves to cool it down. When the fuel level is too low, the pump starts sucking in both air and fuel. This increases friction, increases temperature, and accelerates the wear process. Additionally, debris that accumulates at the bottom of the tank over time can be sucked into the system, causing clogs or serious damage. The cost to replace a fuel pump can be up to $800 US, a figure large enough to wipe out years of fuel-saving efforts. Keeping the gas level above 1/4 is not an arbitrary habit. It is a technical requirement, and it is also the simplest way to avoid major repair costs in the future. Of course, to win the fuel-saving war in 2026, in addition to the rules above, you must always start from the most basic technical foundation, comprehensive maintenance. Do not expect miracles if your vehicle is operating with worn-out parts. You need to replace spark plugs and the ignition wire system or spark plug caps to ensure perfect ignition, leaving no excess fuel in the combustion chamber. Next is replacing the air filter and the PCV valve, positive crankcase ventilation valve, to optimize internal pressure and intake airflow. Finally, make sure all tires are inflated to the correct pressure and perform wheel alignment. Additionally, you can attach a live data reader to the OBD2 port on the car and connect it to your phone to easily track instantaneous consumption data every time you press the gas hard. Your driving psychology will automatically change. Datafying driving behavior helps you realize how much money those impulsive accelerations are costing you in real time. Corporations want you to be lazy and continue to hit the gas recklessly. Do not be their prey. Drive like an engineer, not like a novice. Subscribe now so I can show you the next secrets about how the auto industry is deceiving you. See you on the savings route.